Hey, what's up guys? I wasn't going to do a video on outdoor hydroponics this year, but I didn't even think to actually. I just saw a comment that reminded me that I did put a few videos out about this last year. So I figured, why not? This will be my last chance to get any good footage of it because we've got some really hot weather on the way. So this year I decided to do bush beans. They're slowing down a little bit now. We've already gotten 2 gallons off of these plants. I put 2 to 3 plants in each pot. And these tomatoes, I believe these are Thorburns. And I failed to sterilize my media. I've got a perlite peat moss mix. And this is the second go around of using that. So it's got blight in it. And this variety of tomatoes is pretty susceptible to it. So yeah, I should have sterilized it, but I did not. Anyway, I figure I'm kind of out of the woods now, seeing as how all the leaves are, pretty high above the media. Probably won't have too many more issues with it, and they can just do what they want up here. I've had something weird happen. See this? I think this, I'm not sure what this is, but I've got it on a couple of them. I don't know if it's just regular blight, but you see how this is? And I'll take you over here to this other one. I was trying to correct it with more nitrogen, but I think I'm gonna have to end up pulling these out. I don't know, it's getting some green back in the tips. It might be coming around. But yeah, we got, I can't really do anything. Got some blight here I need to get rid of. Can't really do anything about the rain, and we've had a lot of it. It was raining like every day, and it was kind of rinsing out the media. And then this plant, that plant, one over here came down with that, and it was just in like the top growth. This one had a little bit of it, it's recovered, and that one had it, but it's recovered. But those other two, they just haven't recovered. So yeah, I just gave it a little bit of extra nitrogen. Ooh, I see a Japanese beetle, hold on. So, yeah, and I've had these, the wife found a couple of strange looking worms that got into the beans. So they need to be picked again. I've never grown beans before, but yeah, they're going gangbusters. And this is ground cherries. These just came up in the media because I grew like 1 ground cherry over there last year. And yeah, so I upped the nitrogen to combat that, and it worked. And it just happened to be the time that this was all flowering, and I checked with Grok, and it helped me out and told me to boost my EC up to 2.8. I did have it kind of low at like 2, and I could tell everything was kind of suffering, but it was just because of what I was reading online, and had a nice conversation with Grok. And now I've got everything up to 2.8, but I'm going to be weaning it back to 2.5 for everything and see how that does. Hopefully, we'll get some more blossoms on these beans by bringing it back down, getting the nitrogen back down. I was doing 3 parts of the calcium nitrate to 1 part of the 2 parts of the fertilizer to 1 part of the Epsom salt. So I've been doing that in the last week, and I've made some changes underneath the house too. Let's see if I made any changes over here. Yeah, I got another line running out. So I've got actually 2 pumps now. This one comes down out of here. That's on a separate pump from one of these top lines, the line that is not the return. So put some more yellow traps out yesterday to see how we're doing as far as controlling the fungus gnats. It seems like I've got them under control because those other ones you can compare. In the beginning, I did see some gnats under there. The fungus gnats were getting in it. And I've been mixing up like water with mosquito dunks and fill it up from the spigot, leave it out here for a day to let the chlorine kind of dissipate, then throw a mosquito dunk in it and let that go for another day to get the bacteria in there in the shade, not in the sun, and then, you know, splash some on the top here to get the first couple inches of the media soaked, and that's really helped control the fungus gnats. So I'll take you underneath the house now. Yeah, if you saw in the last video, that's what happened to those gnats, the maggots. And there, you can see the remnants of them down there in my father-in-law's driveway. I can't help but wonder if they got my cherry tree over there in front of my truck. I'm hoping that'll come back next year, but just totally defoliated. It looked like some kind of fungus. So next year, I'm gonna be pretty proactive on killing any fungus before that leaves out and then staying on it. Oh, I almost forgot. Yeah, I've taken like about a gallon of these plums off. This is the first year that this tree has put out fruit, and it put on a whole bunch of it. So those are really good. It tastes kind of like apples. All right, now I have, last year I didn't even run an air pump, but I got that booger running. I'll zoom in so you can see what it is. And I'll put a little thermometer in here so I can keep an eye on the temperature. And that really keeps everything churned up and aerated nicely. Picked up these big air stones. From Amazon. These things are big. And that was some of Grok's recommendation as well. Yeah, you can see where I put a mosquito dunk in here. I wouldn't really recommend putting one of them in your reservoir because you'll have the cork or whatever that crap is in here forever unless you fish it out. So, yeah, Grok also suggested that I, just leave this lid off. I don't think I'm going to do that. Its reasoning was to prevent air from getting stagnant in here. I don't see how air can get stagnant in here if you just continuously pump in that much. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave things like it is. And I'm running the system twice a day for 2 minutes at a time. You can see there's two decent sized pumps down there. I think those are 40-watt deals. But yeah, I'm running it at let's see, 2 o'clock in the afternoon and 8 o'clock in the morning. And the sun starts to hit those plants at around noon, and it goes on till like probably 6 o'clock in the afternoon, 7 o'clock in the evening. But yeah, so that is just a little update on the hydroponics. Yeah, not much more to talk about. All right, guys, later.